Hey guys, what's up? This is White Boy for the win, and welcome back to Why Mega Evolve. Now, earlier this week we talked about Mega Volcarona, and today we're going to be talking about Mega Heatmor. But before we get started, let me just give you guys a brief explanation of what this series is about. Now, every week I will be picking two Pokemon that either need a Mega Evolution, deserve a Mega Evolution, or I want a Mega Evolution for. Now, this is based off my opinion alone, and no one else's. Now, if you guys do not like my opinion, then please post your own opinions in the comment section down below about what would you keep, what would you change, and etc. And at the end of every video, I will be telling you guys which Pokemon I'm going to be talking about the following day. So with that said, here is Mega Heatmor. Now, first things first, obviously I couldn't find a Mega Heatmor picture, so you're just going to have to deal with a regular Heatmor, or should I say a shiny Heatmor picture, so I do apologize about that. And the next thing I also wanted to do is, or should I say, is that someone actually commented on my video a couple of weeks ago, maybe close to a month ago, of them asking me to do a Mega Heatmor Why Mega Evolve video. Now, I don't have a problem doing like people's requests. It's just that you guys have to wait. I've actually had a couple of people ask me to do like their Pokemon that they want me to do because I haven't done it yet, and like they just keep commenting on every other video that I upload, saying, "Where's the video? I actually asked you to do this specific Pokemon. It's not up yet. Where's the video?" Like, they literally do that on almost every single video, and it kind of does get annoying. So I say this in countless of times. Like, I do have a list of Pokemon that I'm going to be doing, and when that list is like, when I'm done with that list, and I'll make a new list, and I put the Pokemon that people have asked me to do, I will put on the top. So Heatmor was the one that people have been asking me to do first, and I'll do that one, and then so on and so forth. But like I said, you guys pretty much just have to wait and like stop pestering me. It will come like soon. Like I said, you guys have to wait. And I told you guys I like to record a month and a half ahead of time, because if something happens, then you guys already have videos already recorded, already uploaded. They just pretty much get released on the day that I set them to when I set the schedule to. So like I said, you just gotta wait. It will come in due time, because I am going to be talking about pretty much every single Pokemon that can Mega Evolve, and I haven't done Heatmor yet, so it was just, like I said, a matter of time until I done it. So anyways, enough of that. Heatmor, in my opinion, is probably one of the most forgotten 5th gen Pokemon out there. For me, I actually like Heatmor just because I like its shiny form a lot better than its normal form, so that's why I always like say, hey, I like Heatmor a lot. But it's very, like I said, underrated Pokemon, considering that it's like a more forgotten 5th gen Pokemon. Like, because I like, personally, I've never used it in competitive play ever, like literally ever. I never made a team with it. The only time I ever actually used like a Heatmor was probably when I went on Showdown and clicked a random battle, and I surprisingly had a Heatmor, and that was literally it. So like I said, this Pokemon is somewhat underrated. I mean, it does have a very good move pool. Now, when it comes to competitive play, honestly, I'm not 100% sure, and I'm just going with what I actually think people run on Heatmor, and most of the time I keep thinking it's a special attacker just because its special attack is a lot higher. But besides that, Heatmor is also one of those Pokemon where I also think that it should receive an evolution and then a Mega Evolution, but since like it doesn't have an evolution whatsoever, a Mega Evolution is the next best thing. And I really hope that when it comes to Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon, we will get a Mega Heatmor, not just because like I'm saying it just because I'm doing this video. I'm also saying this because like its stats are not all that great, so I'm hoping that Game Freak will actually give Pokemon that need a Mega Evolution a Mega Evolution, and Heatmor is pretty much right up that alley to pretty much receive a Mega Evolution. So as you can tell from what I've done to all its stats, I did increase them all, because I feel like everything needed to get increased just a little bit. But anyways, for its physical attack, I increased it from base 97 to base 107. Now, even though I only increased it just a little bit, base 97 is actually very, very good, and Heatmor does get access to moves that can actually increase its physical attack. And to be more specific, it does get access to 3 moves that can increase its physical attack. It gets access to Hone's Claws, which is a TM. It gets access to Curse, if I'm not mistaken. It is a Egg move, which it is, and also it does get access to Power Up Punch, which is a TM. So like I said, you do have 3 ways to increase its physical attack stat, and it does get access to a very good variety of physical attack moves. Like, for instance, one of my favorite moves, Sucker Punch. It's a priority move. It gets access to Knockoff, pretty much the best move in the game. Superpower, Thunder Punch, if I'm not mistaken. It does get access to Fire Punch, Bug Bite, and so on and so forth. You already get the gist of what I'm trying to say. It has an amazing move pool. So if you want to run a physical attacking Heatmor, you can pretty much run like a Curse set, or if you run like a Hone's Claw set, or you can run a Power Up Punch set, whatever the case may be. A physical attacking Heatmor is not too far-fetched, and I feel like base 107 is actually a very decent attack stat for a Heatmor, so that's why I increased it to base 107. And for its special attack, I increased it from base 105 to base 135. Now, like I was saying at the beginning of the video, like from what I see that its special attack is this highest stat, so I'm like, okay, it's a special attacker. So I increased it from base 105 to base 135. I feel like it's a very balanced special attack stat for a Pokemon like Heatmor. I mean, this thing actually gets access to Giga Drain, which is a very good coverage move against water types, and also ground types as well, and rock types. So pretty much it takes care of 3 of its weaknesses. I think fire is weak to rock. I always get that mixed up. It is weak to rock, so that is a move that can pretty much take care of 3 of its weaknesses. It gets access to like Flamethrower, Fire Blast. What else does this thing get? To be completely honest, like I said, I've never really used a Heatmor before, so I'm not very familiar with its moveset. It gets access to Focus Blast as well, and from the looks of it, that's really like all like the more viable moves that it will actually get access to that you'll most likely run, unless you want to run like a hidden power as well. But once again, I feel like base 135 is a very good balanced stat for a Mega Heatmor, just because like I feel like what I feel like is this thing can be a mixed attacker because its physical attack is at base 107. So how I actually see Heatmor being as competitive is that it'll run probably like a Naive Nature with Fire Blast, Giga Drain, Focus Blast, and then probably Sucker Punch for a coverage move, because Sucker Punch is such an amazing move because it does have priority, and it's very good for like slow Pokemon like Heatmor. So I feel like with a moveset like that, it will be very, very good in competitive play. Or if you want to go the opposite route, have a physical attacking Heatmor, have like maybe Fire Blast or like Overheat or something like that for Heatmor, then you can do that, and actually it doesn't get access to Overheat. So maybe like Fire Blast or something like that could be best suited for like the strong fire type attack. So like I said, base 135 is, I feel like it's balanced for Heatmor, and for base 107 for its physical attack, I also think it's also balanced as well. Now for its physical defense and special defense, I increased them both from base 66 to base 86. Now Heatmor as itself is such a glass cannon, just because base 66 in both of its defenses is literally piss poor. So I wanted to increase them both to base 86 because, like, if you guys watch any of my previous videos, I told you guys that base 80 stats and above are actually very decent. So with base 86 for both of its defenses for Heatmor, this thing will have some bulk behind it as well. Not that much bulk. I mean, like, if it's like you're gonna compare it to, like, is this thing gonna live like an Earth Power from like a Dialga or something like that, then like no, or like an Hydro Pump from like a Mega Blastoise, not really. So like for its corrective tier that it's in, it could like help it out a lot, considering, like I said, it is a really like big glass cannon, so it's not going to be able to live all that much. So I feel like base 86 is a good, decent defensive stats for both of its defensive stats, if I do say so myself. And last but not least, I increased its speed from base 65 to base 85. Now Heatmor as itself, like, the one thing that kind of cripples a lot of Pokemon that have really good attack stat and really good special attack stat is that sometimes, like, they are glass cannons, and also there's like speed is complete shit. It's piss poor. So it's like, okay, you're gonna have to increase it at some point, whether if it gets a Mega Evolution or not. And I feel like Heatmor is such a good example because its defenses are complete shit. It's such a glass cannon. Its speed, it's not that fast at all. So with the Mega Evolution, like I said, I wanted to increase its speed to base 85. That way it would be a lot faster and a lot more viable in competitive play, because let's be honest, when it comes down to Pokemon, it's morely so, like, it's based around competitive play, okay? Like that's how it is, because like if it wasn't, then we wouldn't have like IVs, EVs, and like any of that whatsoever. So you gotta have to like compare it to, like, is it gonna be good in competitive play, or is it like not gonna be good in competitive play? So that's why you gotta like think about its stats sometimes. So I feel like base 85 for its speed would be very decent for its corrective tier. Its defensive stats would be good for its corrective tier, and also its attack stat and special attack stat is actually very decent. So I can see this thing putting in a lot more work than it would have just being like a regular Heatmor, because I feel like without the Mega Evolution, this thing will be kind of like bad, which it is in sense. Oh, from just looking at it, like, because like I said, I never used a Heatmor in competitive play whatsoever. So that's what I've done to its stats. Now, as a regular Heatmor, its base stats at 484, and with the Mega Evolution, it's going to be at 584. Now, for its ability, I decided to give this thing Sheer Force. I feel like Sheer Force is such an amazing ability for Heatmor. That way it'll have a lot more attack power. Now, if you don't know what Sheer Force does, pretty much any move that has a secondary effect, like for instance Flamethrower, if it's like you can burn your opponent, then that effect won't go. How do I put this? I'm very bad with describing, but pretty much like if you use Flamethrower, you can't, like, the burn effect is pretty much gone, and you have a 1.3 boost power to those moves. So like moves that get boosted by Sheer Force, and Heatmor does get access to a lot of those moves, like I feel like it would be really good for a Pokemon like Heatmor, because it will be very viable in competitive play, and with the Mega Evolution like that, I feel like it will help it out in the long run. Now, for its typing, I left it alone as Fire. Now, I was thinking about making this thing part ground or part dark, but I felt like those two typings didn't really work out too well, considering that it doesn't really get access to any ground type moves that would be very viable. I mean, the only ground type move that it gets access to, from like looking at its Cerebee's moveset, is that it only gets access to Dig, and for the dark typing, the only like move that it'll probably get access to is like Sucker Punch and Night Slash and Feint Attack. And even though those are good moves, I just feel like adding on the dark type characteristics like will kind of be weird to have on a Heatmor, so I just decided to leave it alone as Fire. So with all that, there is Mega Heatmor. So anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, and also don't forget to comment and subscribe. Now, the next Pokemon we are going to be talking about is another Pokemon that someone asked me to do a while back ago, and also, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, it is going to be my birthday when the next video is released. For April 18th is my birthday. So the next Pokemon, like I said, we're going to be talking about is Mega Crawdaunt. So like I said, someone asked me to do that Pokemon. I'm going to be doing it for them. So like I said, if you have any Pokemon you guys want me to do, then let me know. I won't say that because the list will be already done, but like I said, if you have any Pokemon you want me to do, let me know in the comments and I'll put them on the list. Just gotta be patient. They will come out as soon as like the list is done. So with all that said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, and also don't forget to comment and subscribe. So this is White Boy for the win, and I'll catch you guys later.